Hello and welcome. My name is Sean Hart, along with my trusty sidekick and partner in grime, Mr. Seth Stevens of Post Purchase Pro. Seth, today's training is going to be pretty darn awesome. And we're going to talk about how you can create massive growth and sales, right? And ranking all in less than 30 days without wasting all your profits. Seth, I'm so excited to share this. But before we get started, let Seth and I know where you're from. Like, go find the chat box and type in there where you're from. If you're in the U.S., type your state. Otherwise, type what country you're from. Seth, who do we have with us today?
Yeah, we have Greg from Honolulu again. We have George from Florida. Robert says looks and sounds great, giving us the audio visual check. Let's see who else we've got here. We have Abe and we have AJ, a couple AJs actually. AJ from North Carolina. We have Robert from Alberta, Canada. Let's see, Greg in the UK. Keep it coming, guys. This is a lot of fun. We love to know where you're from. Also, just wanted to point out the more energy you can give to us in the chat,
Woo-hoo.
the more fun it's going to be. So let's keep everybody pumped up and we'll get through this. This is going to be a lot of fun, but you're also going to learn things that you won't see anywhere else. We have Rob from St. Pete. This is great.
What's up, St. Pete? I think I know who that is.
Richard in Texas. Yeah. All right, guys. So as we're going through here, I'm going to be hanging out in the chat box. So as you have questions or commentary, feel free to make me laugh or entertain me along the way. Sean's going to be the one presenting, so shoot those questions in the chat box. I will answer them privately, or if they make sense, I'll interrupt Sean and we'll jump into your question live. Go ahead, Sean.
So let's get started with how to create massive growth in sales and ranking in less than 30 days. And this is the key part without wasting all your profits. So let me just remind you, you're not going to get anything out of today's presentation if you're over there watching Desperate Housewives or whatever is popular these days. If you're playing around on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever it is, you're not going to get anything. So do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and eliminate all those distractions. Turn off your notifications, close the other tabs, exit social media, and pay close attention because we put in about 2 weeks worth of time on this creating today's strategies for you in a way that's going to make it easy for you to understand and, more importantly, implement directly into your business in the fastest, easiest way possible. You're not going to get an opportunity likely to see this presentation live again. And I guarantee your competitors that are here in the attendee box, I can see hundreds of you here already, are going to be taking notes and paying attention because what I'm sharing with you will always give you a massive advantage. And it is the most profitable thing that you could be doing with your time right now. So you can feel good about giving me your undivided attention for the next 73 minutes. Okay. Let's take a quick poll here, real quick. I want you to type into the chat box, what is the biggest struggle in your Amazon business right now? Not in Amazon as a whole, in you, in your particular private label or wholesale business. Type the answer in the chat box. Is it sales? Is it profit? Or is it something else? Seth, what do we have?
All right. So we have, let's scroll back up here. We have profit, sales, profit, overseas competition, sales, profit, sales. So mostly, so we have profit, mostly profit, I would say. A little bit of a slow sales start for the year on some people, but I would say mostly sales, a little bit of profit.
All right. Well, let me alleviate some of that problem for you today. I want to show you how to get more sales at less cost, which increases your profits, right? And then we're going to show you a few cool tricks on how you can do product selection and some other cool things. But for those of you who show up live, I always like to reward you. So I'm going to give you a special bonus just for being here live. I'm going to give you not one, but two free gifts right now. I'm going to give you a free copy of our best selling book. Well, it's not best selling anymore, but it was at one point. But you know how to change that, right? It's called Private Label Millionaire Secrets. And then I'm going to give you exclusive access to our hidden 23 hacks Amazon seller training, which is now world famous. So if you're in the US, all you need to do is send an email to CS. You can see it on the bottom right of your slide there, CS at postpurchasepro.com. If you are in the lower 48 US states, we'll send you a physical copy if you'd like, or you can easily download a digital copy for free. Number two, access to our secret Amazon 23 seller hacks replay that we did just a few months ago. You cannot get access to this anywhere else, and we removed the replay from public access. It's jam packed, my friends, with secret strategies that can give you an amazing advantage on Amazon. Scan the QR code here or go to this URL, amazon.co/live-bonuses. I'll leave that up for a minute. Open the camera on your phone and scan that QR code, or write down or screenshot, take a picture of this so you can go grab those bonuses. Pretty cool stuff. Seth gave one of those books to my dentist yesterday as he was cleaning my bones here, and he read it in one sitting last night and loved it. So shout out to you,
Don, I
Dr.
just dropped
Brad
the
Bendish.
link directly into the chat box.
Sweet. All right, let's get going then. So, what if, hypothetically, you could rewind the clock and start building your brand on Amazon back in 2004? We know that getting in early gives you a massive advantage. Everything's easier at the beginning of a massive wave of opportunity, right? There's less competition and the profits are a lot easier to be had. Even though Seth and I missed the very beginning of the Amazon opportunity, we got in early enough, 2013, to take advantage of the first ever lightning deals, the introduction to headline ads, the first Prime Day, and so many other amazing wins that made us massive profits. Here's the good news. There is, at this moment, another opportunity inside Amazon that is just beginning. And this opportunity can transform a cash strapped business into a profit gushing machine. See, today you will learn why building an Amazon business right now is a huge opportunity. And it's unlike any other time in the history of this opportunity. And it all comes down to recent changes in sponsored ads traffic. I know it's a boring subject, but we always like to say PPC is a 4-letter word. It is a necessary evil. Check this out. Let's just admit something. An Amazon business without traffic is like a sports car without wheels, right? Sure, it's fun to sit in and take selfies, but it's kind of pointless. The easiest way to drive traffic on Amazon has always been sponsored ads. But in the past, it's been almost impossible to make it profitable and never produces the keyword ranking that we hoped. But that has changed. After attending and speaking at Amazon seller events literally all over the world, I haven't met one single seller that is using all of the strategies that I'm going to show you right here today and is incorporating this groundbreaking shift in technology to produce the mega results that are now possible. Now, what do we see though? This is probably you. 99% are sellers. You're wasting all of your profits. You're consistently running unprofitable ad campaigns that damage your business's core, decreasing organic traffic, which causes what? You get less and less real traffic. Does that make sense? So here's today's agenda. I'm going to show you how to massively grow sales and profit on Amazon using a secret that the most advanced sellers in the world are now using. I'm going to show you how to avoid wasting all of your profit on sponsored ads and how to use AI, artificial intelligence, to boost keyword ranking and drastically increase profitability. I'm then going to show you how you can use Amazon sponsored ads to create a huge advantage right now that most sellers are completely ignoring. So let's jump into number one right now. Now, I want you to make sure you have a pen and paper. I know you have all kinds of electronics and digital doodads and gadgets, but just grab some old fashioned pen and paper and take notes, because what I'm sharing with you can literally change your entire business. Not just change your business, but change your business for the better. But not if you forget what I teach you today. So please pay attention and take notes. I'm going to share 3 truths with you. Truth number 1. You ready? Got that pen and paper? The highest volume keywords are absolutely never the best place to start. What? Yes, I said it. The highest volume keywords are absolutely never the best place to start. Let me explain. The number one thing we see sellers do by mistake is you try to compete for keywords where you don't have a competitive advantage. Here's a quick example. Look at this highly competitive keyword, weighted blanket. Maybe some of you have tried this product. Each one of these products has thousands of good reviews, aggressive pricing, and they're running limited time deals. And most likely, these sellers are bidding very high for these spots, meaning that each click that these listings get is very, very costly. But when we look at, for example, the long term or long tail search term, weighted blanket for anxiety, all of a sudden there's a weakness in the competition. You can see there's a higher priced offer with a lower review star rating. Right away, you can tell that people are spending less money to show up in sponsored ads for this particular long tail keyword. Most sellers don't realize that you're setting yourself up for failure by choosing to compete against the toughest competition for the most expensive keywords. These keywords are the same keywords that every other seller is closely watching and competing for. Let me ask you, let's say you were playing basketball, right? And if you absolutely got a gun to your head, you have to win a game of basketball. Would you rather play against Michael Jordan in his prime, the greatest player of all time? That's debatable, maybe. He trains every single day and will do whatever it takes to win. Or if you have to win, I know it sounds terrible, but would you play against this young guy here who's just learning the game and doesn't have much experience at all? If you had to win, your life depended on it because the success of your business depends on it, then you should choose to play this kid every time because it's more likely to win, right? It's highly unlikely that you'll ever beat Michael Jordan. This is like choosing to push a boulder uphill, which we know is very, very difficult, when you could simply and more easily choose this path and roll the boulder downhill. I don't think they're moving it very far. Would you rather be that one single angler fishing in a tiny pond full of giant fish or one of 40 people fishing in a giant pond that contains one tiny little fish? I think the answer is obvious, right? That's dramatic, but that's what I'm talking about. Let's stop the madness. And please, please, my friends, stop making Amazon rich at our expense. Now, it's been a very long time since I've seen anything that truly changes the game on Amazon and produces an actual advantage. But recently, I've been exposed to something that is a massive opportunity, and that's what I'm sharing with you today. Now, I'm not talking about approaching ads the way everyone else did, right? But instead, using sponsored ads in the most profitable way, meaning, not losing money on your paid traffic. That's crazy, right? We're not talking about just managing ads by ACoS. We're talking about managing ads for conversions, for organic search term ranking, and most importantly, profit, money in your pocket. Look, when Seth and I first started selling on Amazon, we were barely profitable. Almost all of our profit was being spent on PPC. Here was my strategy: find all the highest volume keywords with the most potential and jump in. We would bid as high as we could and try to get sales, but we kept running into wall after wall. After months of burning cash, we finally figured it out. Instead of starting out at the top and chasing the best looking fruit, we could instead focus on the low hanging fruit at the bottom. These bottom low hanging keywords are what everyone else was completely ignoring. Our profit soon exploded when we started from the bottom instead of the top. And then we could stack up tons of these bottom keywords for a low price and get far better results with way less spend because, look, here's the problem. I'm going to show you step by step how to do this, but the highest volume keywords are most expensive. Why? Well, it's simple. That's where every other seller is trying to compete for the exact same exposure. We no longer had to operate our PPC at a loss when we did this and instead could focus on running our ads at a profit. Somebody say profit out loud to yourself. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't that sound great? Amazon suggestions is a huge mistake. And this is another critical error that we made. We believed that Amazon had our best interest as a seller in mind when suggesting keywords for our products, our bid recommendations, and budgets for our campaigns. Well, Amazon does want you to make more sales, right? They also want you to spend more on ads, so they optimize your ads to create the best results for who? For them, of course. And like the most expensive keywords on the top of the mountain, you know who I'm talking to, don't you? Look, most sellers, and this is likely you, you're operating PPC ads at a loss because you're only targeting the top keywords, which is exactly where all the top sellers are spending their money. But here's the problem: they already have a head start on you, and they're already ranked organically. They have more sales, so a much bigger budget, and they likely have a totally different strategy than you and I. So, what should you as a seller do, right? If you want highly profitable business? Well, if you want a highly profitable business that consistently puts cash in the bank, instead of focusing on top keywords, you should start at the bottom. Now, this sounds very counterintuitive, but stay with me here. You're going to love this. Starting with the top keywords It's like trying to climb a mountain starting at the top. Doesn't make sense, right? Well, competing for the most competitive keywords is going to cost the most and be the least profitable. Here's what happened for me. We launched a product called a grill mat in the barbecue category, and we were struggling. Why? Well, because we were competing only for the top keywords that everyone else was also focused on. We were trying to rank for the highest volume keyword, quote, grill mat, and this left us literally just bleeding money every single day creating sales. The ads were way too costly and we didn't rank at all. And this is when it clicked. What if? What if instead of looking at the top of the mountain, we could start at the bottom? What if we could strategically use sponsored ads that focused on the profit that they produced, right? And focus on profit, not a cost, and not, more importantly, be sucked into the trap of producing sales for growth. So this prompted a brand new strategy. We would go capture sales where it's easier, my friend, at the bottom, not at the top, and then work our way up to more competitive keywords over time as our sales volume increased. Here's a huge mistake. All right. Whenever we first started running sponsored ads on Amazon, we made this massive error. But then when we fixed it, our sales and results skyrocketed. But almost every single seller, and likely you, is making the same mistake that costs us almost all of our profit. So pay attention because you're probably wasting most of your potential profit, just like we were. A great way to find good keywords that you should be advertising for is to go to Amazon and type in your product's name, in this case, grill mat, followed by the word for, F-O-R, just like you see here. So if you're selling a grill mat, then you can see that one of the highest volume keywords is grill mat for deck. This seems like a great word to target in our sponsored ads, right? Nope, wrong. It seems counterintuitive, but the best place to start advertising is actually at the bottom. This is where most sellers aren't paying attention because at first glance, the opportunity seems smaller. But this is the exact reason why this opportunity is a massive profitable opportunity, right? Instead of paying top dollar, making the least amount of profit per sale, we can now stack up sales from lower volume keywords and tons of them. These keywords collectively will add up to even more sales long term. But it's better than that because the amount of competition is much lower in these lower volume keywords, which means that you end up making way more profit. So we always start at the bottom and then work our way up. Does that make sense? Look at this. If we only go for this term, search term grill mat for deck, yes, the sales volume is 200 per day. But what if we target multiple low hanging fruit keywords? We can still use these 7 keywords and come up with 200 sales per day, but at a much lower ad cost. Look at this. So which one of these two businesses would you rather own? Business number one, which is targeting one of the highest volume keywords and is doing sales of about 200 per day, or business number two, like ours, that targets many different lower volume keywords that no one else is paying attention to, and then stack up sales to equal the same exact unit volume of 200 units per day. Which one of these would you rather have? Well, let me make this an easier choice for you. Here are the numbers. Business number one, same amount of unit sales, but profitability only $2,000, while business number two has a profitability of nearly double. Now, which one of these would you rather choose? I think that's obvious, right? Now, you can see that at first glance, these businesses look the same if you only compare sales, but the underlying businesses are hugely different, aren't they? Because business number two pays way less for ads and therefore ends up making nearly 100%. That's double the gross profit. Are you getting this? This is the key to making more profit. You want to focus on where you can pay the least and still generate the same amount of sales. Does this make sense to everyone? Don't forget that you're also diversifying your exposure in case you get a big competitor on one of those best performing keywords. You still have 6 more in this case that are feeding you low cost traffic. Think about this. If you could use simple data collected by low budget sponsored ads and only focused on search terms and keywords that show quick proof that you have a very clear advantage, do you think you'd make more money? Well, it's much better, actually. We found that it works way better to start at the bottom targeting low volume keywords that we know we can dominate. Now, after going after avoid going after high volume keywords until you dominate the low volume keywords, right? And the more profitable ones. We like to call this strategy, and this is a writer downer, strategic search stacking. All right. Remember that strategic search stacking. Here's how to get better results from your PPC ads. Win the least competitive keywords first by stacking up sales and keyword ranking where it's easy. Then only go after competitive keywords once you've already captured enough volume to earn your place on the high volume keyword. Let me let you in on a secret. Here's something that will dramatically change the results of your sponsored ad success. Timing is everything. When you bid on keywords matters. What if you only turned on your sponsored ads after your competition spent all of their budget? You can run ads when your competition is the weakest and the bids for you are the lowest, right? Are you following this? This means that at certain times of day, you may pay $3 or $4 or $5 per click. And at other times of the day, you may pay only $1 for the exact same click on the same keyword. This creates a massive opportunity, doesn't it? But how do you test this? Create different campaigns for different time segments of the day. It's not only important to use a strategy that takes advantage of the lowest bid times, but think about this. It's also what hours of the day and days of the week that your product converts the best. As you can see here, Thursday between 6 a.m. and noon, for example. This is called day part bidding. And this is the process of finding the high converting and most profitable segments of the day to run your ads and maximize your results. Day part bidding. But I think you're like me and you want an easy way to do this automatically, right? Because this is a tremendous amount of work, of course. Don't worry, I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how you can use technology and artificial intelligence to just do all this work for you every minute of every single day. Now, here's a quick bonus strategy. This one took us by surprise when we figured it out. Here's one little trick that you can do right away that will give you a very good indication if you should launch a new product or not. When testing products that you want to launch, you can read how competitive a market is prior to even launching the product simply by looking at the cost per click for the search terms that you want to rank your product for. A higher cost would indicate a more competitive market and likely less profits. Almost no other sellers are looking at sponsored ads data as an indicator of product viability. I'm going to show you how you can do this in your account right now. So follow along, take notes. In your account, just click on advertising. This is in Seller Central. And then campaigns manager, and then go over to sponsored products like you see here. Then add any product in your catalog to your campaign. From here, you can toggle on to manual targeting and then select exact match type and enter a list of keywords for the product that you're considering launching. For example, say for instance, you were considering launching these 5 different products. You can literally contrast and compare opportunities instantly by typing in these keywords. You can see that pizza cutter has the lowest suggested bid, but hearing aid has the highest, right? This gives you some insight into how competitive these different markets are. You should still test your product ideas with low quantities of inventory just to prove that your idea is valid prior to doing a full-blown launch. We have a special bonus training that we just recorded. I'm going to give you access to coming up. Okay. It's going to show you exactly how to test and prove product ideas with only $100. Yes, test a product, check viability for $100, right? Are you paying attention? Knock, knock. You can test on Amazon for $100 and know with absolute certainty that you have a winning product before you ever go in on a launch, right? This is the URL to grab that instructional training video. I think this video is about 11 minutes long, not a big deal, but you can grab it here. No opt-in necessary. postpurchasepro.com/ABT. ABT, Alpha Bravo Tango. All right.
I put that link in the chat box as well. So guys, you can
Perfect.
just click on the link directly out of the chat box and pull that up and just bookmark that for after today's live webinar.
All right, let's see if you got any questions while I rehydrate here, Seth, before we jump into truth number 2. We're right on schedule, buddy.
Perfect. So let's see here. I'll just scroll back up. Peter says, "Is there any way to utilize ads in such a way to make it profitable for third-party wholesalers who are selling common brands, like how to pick the best products to source?" So, Peter, that's exactly what we just showed you. You can look at the ad bids prior to sourcing that product. So it's a great way to gauge that market. Great question. Also, we have great feedback from AJ and Robert, and then Peter in the chat box. So, guys, keep interacting in the chat box. It makes it a lot more fun for me. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out as we go through. Go ahead, Sean.
All right, let's jump in to truth number 2, and you're going to love this. Amazon paid ads is a rigged game. The entire platform is stacked against you and I from the go. But just like Justin Bieber says, I'm going to show you what I mean. Just like you, Seth and I were used to relying on PPC solely to create sales. While it's true, PPC ads do generate more sales, and that is the fastest and easiest way to justify spend, there's a big but. And I mean a big but. There is an equally important metric to think about. So, why do you spend money on PPC ads? To create more sales. Duh. Cranking up ad spend is the easiest way to generate sales growth, isn't it? But what is that actually getting you? Yes, sales are growing, but is your bank account growing? This was us. You ready? Tons of sales, minimal profits. Maybe you can relate. But we learned one simple truth that changed everything. We had to pay $14,000 to get into a high end mastermind and learn this one truth, but it completely transformed our entire business. So, of course, it was worth every penny. We figured out that we could strategically use sponsored ads to force organic keyword ranking. This means that once our product was ranked, we generated sales automatically with no ad spend. Think about it. If your product is ranked high in search results on Amazon, okay, and your page rank reaches a certain level, then guess what? You don't actually need to spend more money on PPC. That is true freedom, my friend. That, my friend, is a business that you can be proud of. Sure, almost anyone can buy your way to the top, but it takes a very smart marketer to stay there. More importantly, it takes a smarter marketer to increase profit. Keeping PPC ads cranked up on low converting keywords after you're very well ranked, it's like continuing to take chemotherapy after you've already cured from cancer just because you're tired of shaving. That's overkill, right? We know this for sure. The products that convert the highest for a given search term have a huge advantage in terms of organic ranking. This means a ton more sales for you. But how can you use your sponsored ads to influence this? By spending your PPC budget where your products convert the highest. Imagine this. Most sellers make a huge mistake when managing their ads. They aren't using ads to rank organically. Instead, they are blindly using ads to generate sales. This is not the same. How can you pull this off? Well, let me show you. You can calculate your conversion rate for each one of your products and then ramp up ad spend where you have the highest conversion rate. To calculate your conversion rate per keyword, simply divide your orders by your clicks. You can see that 234 orders divided by 3,041 clicks equals a 7.7 conversion rate for keyword 1. But look, keyword 2, you can see that our conversion is quite a bit higher at 10.6%, 30% higher, right? When you start to see which keywords your listings convert for, then you can start to make changes to magnify this result. Remember, we want to drive conversion as high as we can so that we can rank organically higher in search. Most sellers completely miss this opportunity because you're focused on ACoS. But ACoS just shows the performance of the ad in reference to cost, not what it's doing to your listing ranking over time. So, which keyword do you think Amazon will rank higher over time? Keyword number 2, right? But let me say this again so it really sinks in. If you're not managing your ads for conversion and ranking, then over time, you will gradually lose organic ranking and have to start spending even more on ads to keep your sales volume the same. And what happens to your profitability? It keeps falling, right? So, Even though keyword number one generates more total sales, the bigger opportunity for long term profits might be keyword number two. This is how it is. All right. This is how you can strategically use PPC to rank your products organically, produce free sales like clockwork. It's literally like ripping your listing off the bottom of the page, dragging it kicking and screaming to the top of search results, and boost your profitability to create more sustainable business. Is that making sense? You're loving this, aren't you? Type in the question box right now and give me a yes if you're following along. Your interaction, like Seth said, is what keeps this fun. And the more energy you bring to the chat box, the more energy I can bring you in truth number three. Seth, what do you have?
All right, we have Jesse says yes. Rachel says yes. George, yes, cool. Robert says, I think I'm keeping up. Afru says yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sean, this is pretty good feedback, guys. Keep it coming. This is a lot of fun.
So, right, let's jump into truth number three then. Here it is. High quality external traffic is like magic for Amazon ranking and PPC ad cost. I didn't see it coming because I was very unaware back then. But the truth is, we were getting results on Amazon, but we couldn't figure out why. You see, back in 2014, yes, I'm an old guy, we discovered that Amazon would give our products tons of love after a big launch. Our listings would shoot up in organic keyword ranking, our ad spend would go down, but our sales would increase. We eventually figured out what caused this massive surge in results, and it was totally unexpected. It was the fact that we used our customer email list to promote the launch. Now, what's the hidden secret? It's external traffic coming from a clean URL via our customer's email box. Let me explain further. Amazon is very greedy and never wants to share their traffic. That's understandable. But they will reward you and I in a huge way for bringing traffic to their platform. And you can do this from any number of sources. Why will they reward you? Because Amazon is the highest converting e commerce site in the world. And every single new shopper that visits their platform is worth a certain amount of money. So they reward the listings that attract external traffic by giving you better and better organic ranking, which means higher and higher sales, of course. They will reward you in a very big way for sending them more traffic. While you and most other sellers believe that Amazon is a closed loop system and that we need to keep everything within the platform, Amazon is actually very smart about marketing. They know exactly what every new hit to the platform is worth in dollars and cents for the company. In other words, Amazon knows that if they can get a shopper on their platform, no matter what you show up to shop for, that they have a 20 to 50% chance to sell you something else while you're there. In fact, Amazon has recently reported that the business of cross selling and upselling makes up as much as 35% of the revenue. Ridiculous, right? But not really, because this is also true for bricks and mortar stores. Have you ever wondered why the grocery store keeps things like milk and bread in the back of the store? Well, it's easy if you think about it. They know that we're going to pick something up else. They're going to pick up something else, right, in the shopping cart on our way to the back of the store for these so called staple items. Most stores, whether you're in the know or not, even offer milk and bread for a loss just to get you into the store so you can start shopping. It's called a loss leader, and it's designed to start that slippery slope of getting your shopping cart full. My advice, pick up a tiny basket in the front of the store when you're going for milk. Now, do you see how this is the same for Amazon? Imagine you're Jeff Bezos. I know he's no longer with the company, but no one wants to talk about the new guy. Imagine you're Bezos and you know without a doubt that you're going to sell an average of $27 in additional revenue every time someone shops your site for anything at all. If you knew that, would you view all the traffic differently? You bet you would. And just like Amazon, you'd be very smart to incentivize folks for bringing that traffic to your milk and bread. And that's why our sales would boom well after a launch, because Amazon was rewarding us for sending good quality external traffic from a clean URL and traffic that has a history of making purchases. And there you have it. In fact, Amazon even tracks external traffic sources, and they know for sure what the conversion rate is for each and every source. Look at this chart reported by Amazon. You can see in this Amazon report that email is the highest converting traffic to the platform as reported by Amazon. Now, knowing this and not taking advantage of this truth, it'd be like knowing that your sports car can do 160 miles per hour on high octane fuel, but instead you're a cheapskate and you burn regular fuel and only get to 100 miles per hour. Or worse, you don't put any fuel in the car at all. If you could just influence Amazon's hand just a tiny bit with some quality external traffic, do that on a daily basis, you'd have a huge upper hand over your competitors. But how can we do this? How do we create blogs and video posts and TikTok reels and so on? All right. How can you do it? Well, I'm glad you asked. Sit up and hearken unto me for one more moment. What if you had a simple newsletter that went out every single month? And this newsletter could be tips and tricks, industry news, shortcuts, product comparisons, maybe consumer reports and trends. But what if in that newsletter were links to some of your products on Amazon? What if you had a blog post, right, that drove traffic to your Amazon listing daily? What if you had TikTok reels, YouTube videos, and shorts that also contained valuable information along with links in the description to your Amazon products? Oh, sounds like something beautiful, doesn't it? This type of traffic does not have to be complicated. The best part is that this content is often evergreen and works day and night. Once it's created and indexed into engines like Google search or Yahoo or Bing, it continues to produce results for you, kind of like the snowball effect, a snowball rolling downhill, if you will. We still have videos on YouTube that we posted over a decade ago that are still producing quality traffic to Amazon. Look at this. Check out this video from 6 years ago. It's already received 55,000 views organically, and it's still going strong. Now, you need to be using every advantage possible in your sponsored ads campaigns, bidding the most when your competition is the weakest, stacking up search terms so you can build sales momentum, managing your ads with profitability and ranking as the end goal, not just ACOS, not just sales, right? Profitability and ranking. And finally, sending high quality external traffic to your listings daily to create higher keyword ranking. I'm going to give you a shortcut for that in just a moment. Now, you can truly see yourself doing this stuff, can't you? I mean, this is not that complicated. Honestly, it's something you've never seen before, but it's easy enough, right? But think about this. I totally believe that every single one of you here today, and yes, I'm talking to you, can take everything that you learned today and use it all by yourself to make incredible things happen for your Amazon brand. And if that were your only choice to go at it alone, it would be an awesome idea to go for it. And you should. But what if I told you there might be another way, a faster, an easier way? I'm talking about the ultimate shortcut where you can literally click a button and produce mega results with automation and technology using a breakthrough technology that you might have heard of: artificial intelligence. What if? What if I could get you access to the best of the best in the Amazon industry, right? What if these guys could deploy the latest and greatest artificial intelligence to instantly transform your results? I've known these amazing founders for years and I trust them completely. So please pay close attention to what they're doing. What if, what if you had the top experts in AI using every advantage they've found to exploit all of the weaknesses in your competition and dramatically boost your sales and profitability? If you had all that, would you be more successful? That's exactly what I'm going to show you right now. Right now, I'm going to introduce you to the master of managing PPC with artificial intelligence to skyrocket your profits. It's not about sales, it's about profits. How much money's in your pocket at the end of the day? Now, here's an interesting idea. What if you knew with certainty that artificial intelligence was maxing out your results every single day, driving you towards your goals and not letting Amazon control your destiny? What if they played a role in shaping your results, taking responsibility for helping you achieve your goals, and feeling a very strong commitment to your individual success? How would that make things easier and faster for you? How would having a team of experts take responsibility for your results change things, letting you and I focus on managing the rest of our business? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, look, what if my friends could take every teeny tiny trick and strategy that they figured out after years of testing and then use the most advanced artificial intelligence and apply it directly into your Amazon business. If I had something really cool like this to share with you, would you want to hear more about it and how it could make your business and life even better? Just give me a yes in the chat box if you're excited about this. What do you have, Seth?
Robert's a yes. Let's see here. Jesse is yes, yes, yes. Alfruz is yes, yes. We have more
Sweet. I
yeses coming
thought
in.
so.
AJ is yes, yes. Go ahead.
Well,
Too
I
many
knew
to
you
count.
were as smart as they come. So, with your permission, let me introduce you to my friends, PPC Logic. PPC Logic. It's crazy. Today, I'm going to show you a new and radically new platform and a tool that our friends and, quite honestly, the most successful sellers we've ever known created. It's driven by artificial intelligence that works 24 hours a day to find all the lowest cost conversions on Amazon for your products based on the ACoS that you desire, and then maximizes your conversion rates to drive keyword ranking. Imagine finally being able to employ a supercomputer to comb through Amazon all day looking for all the conversions at a cost that you determine is acceptable, and then snatch up all those low cost orders on your behalf while you sleep. Well, PPC Logic is the absolute best platform that uses actual machine learning. Most PPC management platforms use rule based logic, like if this, then that. That doesn't actually learn or get better over time. That's kind of like making your future decisions based off past results and not changing based on new findings. Those are stagnant platforms that will never produce the results that are possible with actual machine learning, and it learns at the speed of light, way faster than you and I can do manually. Yes, you can set your target ACoS, and through machine learning over time, your goals are met and exceeded. Like in this example through November, where we saw ACoS decrease over 11%, but sales increased from 434,000 to almost 590,000 automatically. You can start using new PPC management miracle that we've discovered right now and stop fussing with your sponsored ad campaigns on Amazon for good. Now, let me warn you, tools like this are never ever free. But if you were to pay $10 for something and that something puts $20 more than any other tool could back in your pocket, how much did it actually cost you? Well, it cost you nothing, right? I'm going to show you in just a couple of minutes how you can access this amazing tool in a way that won't cost you one single penny. How would you like to grow your revenue from 331,000 to well over 1 million while also increasing profit margins like this seller? Well, now you can. Here's another screenshot from a real user account, February through May, showing how units sold on Amazon before using AI were 1,740 and increased to over 20,000 units while slashing ACoS in half. As a result, the organic units sold on Amazon grew from 16,000 to nearly 40,000 units. Here, the AI that we're talking about lowered ACoS from 80% to 38% automatically while this seller continued to work on his business. This could easily be you. Just imagine finally being able to relax and not worrying about whether or not your ads are profitable on the traffic that they generate. Just give me a hell yeah or something similar in the chat box right now. Whoever comes up with the best version of hell yeah, I want this, you're going to get an autographed copy of my latest book, How I Sold an Additional 62,730,000 on Amazon with 3 simple steps. Okay. Give me your best version of hell yeah, I want this. And we're going to choose a winner, Seth. I'm going to send them a copy of the book. I have it sitting right here. I'll have you
Sean,
sign it.
Some of these I can't say aloud, but
all right. What do you have?
We have hell yeah.
That was not very creative. Let's go.
We have some Spanish with some curse words, different curse words mixed in. Hell yeah. we got a lot of here, Sean. I think we got to go with Jesse though.
All right. So Jesse, what was Jesse? Okay, we got more coming in. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Rob can't say that out loud. All right. So who's the winner? Pick it.
Jesse's going to be our winner here, Sean.
All right. Jesse, send an email to CS, drop it in the chat box. That's CS at postpurchasepro.com. Let us know that you just
Let me just
want-
read off these names real quick though, because this is a lot of fun. So thanks for jumping in, guys. AJ, Jesse, Tanya, Alfraz, Octavio, Rob, AJ again, Robert, Victoria, Richard. There you go. Keep
All
going.
right. Look, guys, that was a lot of fun, but let's get back to serious stuff here. PPC Logic is invitation only. It's a secret super weapon worth over $2,500 per month. It's available to you for just $400, but I have something very special just for you here today, like we always do. I'm going to give you a very exclusive invitation, and you're allowed today to start and try PPC Logic in your own home, in your house slippers, if that's your thing, for just 97 bucks at offer.ppclogic.com/97. It's on your screen. Then, if you stay with us, and why the hell wouldn't you if you're buying dollars at a discount? Hello. Then you'll be upgraded to our VIP plan for $400 instead of the $2,500 that it's worth. Now, tell me right now, all right, you got your chat box handy. If you spend $97 on something that saves you 15 hours per week on average, plus 50% of your ads budget, how much did that cost you? Just type it in the chat box right now. How much is your time worth? How much are you currently spending on ads per month? Okay. Tell me it's not worth $97 and you're going to get a virtual slap. Seth, what do you have?
I just dropped the link in the chat box for everybody. So it's offer.ppclogic.com/97. Sean, make it a little easier on everybody. Sometimes typing in a long-winded URL is a little challenging.
Offer.ppclogic.com/97. And in true Sean Hart, Seth Stevens style, this is probably, yeah, it is. It's my number one most exciting segment of any one of these webinars that we do, because I like to make these business decisions so easy for you that a third grader could jump up and say yes. So let me give you some super valuable incentives that will far exceed your $97 investment today. So let me ask you, would you trade me $97, Seth, for $2,000? I bet you would. So our friends at Getida, even if you're already a customer, will give you $2,000 worth of Amazon reimbursements, absolutely no cost to you. This is literally $2,000 in your hand that you can use to do whatever you want. Buy more ads, buy one of my books on Amazon, send Seth the first class one-way ticket to the Volusian Islands. Is that what it's called up there in Alaska? He needs to go on a fishing trip, a little sabbatical. This is free money in your pocket to help you grow. Now, let me ask you, would you give me $97? Would you loan me $97 for 30 days if I give you $2,000 back? I guarantee this is real, guys. Okay. What if, Seth, I'm talking to you, Seth, let's just say hypothetically, all right? What if I could get you a free $1,000 upgrade to highly effective and profitable automated day part bidding, just like we talked about in the presentation, so that you can leave your competition in the dust? This is a $1,000 upgrade. If I can get you that free, all right, would you loan me $97 for 30 days just to try it out, knowing you can get your $97 back if you disagree? Is that a yes?
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm offering you here. This day part bidding, remember, likely or just as valuable is the importance, or just as important, of the how much you pay to or how much you bid on a keyword. Equally as important is when you pay for the keyword. And this artificial intelligence has it figured out, working for you day and night, scraping through Amazon to find all that low-hanging fruit that your competition is missing out on. And you get that free upgrade. And I'm not finished, okay? Let's get ridiculous here just for a second. Seth, and those of you still here with me, let's get ridiculous. What if I told you that you can get free access to special office hours that are only available to the VIP clients at a normal cost of $1,000? You get it free if you just try PPC Logic in your business for 30 days for 97 bucks. Would you go for that? Just give me a yes in the chat box. Let us trade you $4,000 in obvious value on your screen. This isn't guru numbers. This is real money. Let us trade you $4,000 in value for your $97 bill today. Now that is so simple, Seth, that a third grader can make that decision. But I don't want to stop there. I also want to give you our triple guarantee. Okay. What is the triple guarantee? Cut your ad spend in half, eliminate 100% of the waste in your ads campaigns, and save a minimum of 15 hours per week if you're a 50K seller or higher. If you don't get all three of these, then we're going to give you your $97 back, right? And you can keep the daggone bonuses. You still get the $2,000 from Getita, right? Offer.ppclogic.com/97. An absolute no brainer, Seth. So let me ask you, Abraham, let me ask you, Afruz. Let's see here. We got Kat, David, Eli, Grace, Greg. I'm talking to you, Jack, Jen. I'm just grabbing randomly, okay? Josh, if I leave you out, I didn't mean to. Leora,
Janie.
Maxine, blah, blah, blah. What if, for your $97, what if the only thing that you got from this entire PPC Logic offer was 50% savings on your PPC ads? Would that be worth $97 to find out? Yes or no? Just type in the chat box. Give me a Y or an N, yes or no. What if the only thing you got was 50% savings? Is that worth $97 to try? For sure, says Robert. Grace says yes. Well, let me ask you again. What if the only thing that you got from this entire offer was 100% elimination of your PPC waste automated? Does that make it worth $97? This is ridiculous. What if the only thing I did for you is save 15 hours of your hard work every single week? If that's all you got, would you give me $97 for 30 days? Now, don't forget, if you cry foul or you're disappointed or you say, hey, Sean, this ain't for me, for any reason or for no reason at all, you can get all your $97 back. Don't forget, even if you do, you still get $2,000 of Amazon reimbursements from our friends at Getita, which is the biggest and oldest in the industry. The answer is obvious here, guys. Go to offer.ppclogic.com/97 and you get all of these 3 free gifts worth $4,000 just for trying us out for $97. That's it. Simple. And my triple guarantee. If you don't cut your ad spend in half, eliminate 100% of the waste, and save 15 hours a week, then you get your $97 back. There's nothing to lose here and everything to gain at offer.ppclogic.com/97. All right. So let's get started now. Seth, let's do some Q&A. Let's bring Rob on here to help answer some questions specifically about the platform. Can you upgrade Rob for me?
Yes, I will. So Philip and Rob, many moons ago, we met these guys and have become great friends. And like Sean said, we trust them explicitly because of the results that we've seen them produce themselves and some of the things that we worked on together. I mean, for some reason, I can't find Rob in the chat.
You already have him? Yep, working on it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I got it now.
Got Rob?
There we go.
Philip in here today?
Bring Rob on here. So Rob's going to come on and chat with us. He actually runs PPC Logic day to day, and that's when they were telling us about this technology quite some time ago that they were working on, how they can use real machine learning, real artificial intelligence, not like rules-based, not a rules-based platform, but actually the platform learns how to get better itself and produce better results and figure out when to bid and how to maximize sales and profitability. I mean, that's truly a game changer. So that's why Sean and I were excited to build this presentation today and share with you all the strategies that we figured out that they're actually implementing in real time inside of the platform. It's really, really cool. So Rob, are you with us here? Let's see if we can get Rob to come on.
Oh my.
All right. So we have a couple questions here, Sean. Oh, there's Rob.
I'm here.
What's up, Rob?
Hey there. How you guys doing?
Doing good. I wish I could see your handsome face.
Yeah, just getting there. The host.
All right. So here's a couple questions. Rob, you may be able to jump in and help as we go here.
Yeah, you guys on who's ever controlling the soundboard controls there. It's saying the host needs to engage video.
Oh, Sean, that would be you.
I'm a host with the most. Here, give me just a second.
Yeah.
All right. So the first question we have here is
shuts video.
Is there a minimum PPC spend to make this worthwhile? And so, Rob, I don't know if you want to touch on that or not.
Well, not just with our software, but with Amazon, all decisions when it comes to computer technology and all this is based on data points. So if you're selling one unit every other 5 days versus 10 a day, it's a massive difference. It's the same with spend. If you're hardly ever spending money, it doesn't have anything to work with. It has to, you spent something today, then a little bit, a little bit. So yeah, the more you spend within reason, you're going to have faster results because the machine has the ability to learn as it's converting and sifting through all the different search terms. So there is a degree where the more you spend, yes, it'll learn faster. If you're spending anything at all, why you would want to do it manually, I don't know.
Okay, so Rob, so is there a minimum amount of ad spend that people should be spending, like $1,000 a month or $500 a month or whatever, to make this worthwhile?
I would say that you have to be large enough to spend at least $2,000 a month to make it worthwhile.
So if you're spending $2,000 a month or more on PPC, then this is a no-brainer. All right.
Yeah.
So Michaela says, do you have any guarantees? As soon as she asked that, Sean, you jumped into 3 guarantees,
Yep.
which is, yes, it's guaranteed. If you don't like it after 30 days, you can get your money back. So that's about as good as you can get. Let's see here. AB says, what countries does this support, Rob? UK, US, which countries are you guys covering here?
Our software covers, we've got people from all over the world, quite a lot of clients in the EU. So all of EU, clients throughout all of the marketplaces, Canada, Mexico, and all of the US, of course.
Okay, so pretty
Rob, you
much
should be
everywhere.
able to turn your camera on now, buddy, if you want. Make sure you put your clothes back on.
Oh, thanks for the
Rob,
warning.
AJ says, does it work with existing PPC campaigns, or do you create new ones?
It does not. It only works with new campaigns because we don't agree with the common structure that most people set up is not proper, which is another thing that we do and our system does. Automatically, when you engage our system, it uses the best architectural structure and design for your campaigns.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's see here. Have a couple more. So Ep says, how long is this offer valid? He's getting ready to launch his product, but doesn't want to miss out. So I told him to jump in and grab a spot, and then he can officially activate it later when he launches. Is that good advice, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, they certainly can do that. And then also we have very unique strategies for launching. So I would advise anybody, if they're about to launch, to dive in, come to the office hours and learn how to set up your campaigns to prepare for a launch, because it's not something you do in, 5 minutes. You got to learn how to launch properly.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. So you guys on your office hours will walk them through a launch or walk them through a PPC strategy for whatever situation they're going through, right?
Exactly. Our software can pretty much any strategies that we teach and pump into our software, it'll run using the AI. But we also, through the office hours, show the best launch campaign, the best ranking campaigns, and guide them through and hold their hand so they know exactly what they're doing step by step.
All right. AJ says, do we need to turn off our existing campaigns to be able to turn this on? What do you do there?
No, not at all. In fact, we have a whole campaign and tactics on how we do transitions, how we transition properly from previous campaigns into ours. Remember, Amazon remembers and Amazon's got your history. So you're not losing that. You just have to transfer over properly. And it's not us, it's Amazon. Whenever you build a new campaign in Amazon, it takes Amazon's campaigns on new campaigns a day or so to see what's going on. So it's the transition in Amazon that we teach how to do best.
All right, let's see here. More questions coming in. I think I saw another one pop in. Oh, Jesse was saying, thanks for the copy of the book. so I shot her the link there. All right, so let me drop that link in the chat box one more time just to make sure everybody has it. Sometimes the links that don't start with www get a little confusing, so I'm going to grab that, Sean.
Good deal. Make it clickable.
Here we go. Boom.
This is an absolute no-brainer here, Rob. Thanks for making this so available to our audience and your audience. I think what you guys are doing there is game-changing, obviously, or I wouldn't put so much time into explaining it. But the technology that you guys have been working on, we've been talking to you about it since, 2020, Seth, when they started working on that?
Yeah,
just
exactly.
remarkable, man. So thanks a lot. Hats off to you for putting this together and making it available for folks to try out.
No,
Tanya
absolutely. Thank
says,
you,
I
Sean.
only
Thanks for
have,
having us on.
oh, go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
No, I was just thanking Sean and glad to be here.
Tanya says, I only have one product. Will that work with this software?
Yes, it's not a question of how many products, as long as you have a minimum spend and the machine learning can work. Yeah, it could be perfect for one product because you could devise numerous different strategies and layers. But the machine does so much of it for you that it would be almost impossible to do without machine learning. And again, AI has been the rage lately, but we've been doing this, as Sean mentioned, for quite a number of years that we've been developing the AI and the machine learning. So it's genuine, true machine learning. So yes, it works great with one product or 10.
Okay, great. Let's see here. Tanya says, what is the minimum spend amount? So Tanya, Rob touched on that a minute ago. He said about $2,000 is where you want to be per month in ad spend. Victoria says, where can we get the help one-on-one for a one-on-one launch? So would that be at the office hours with Victoria there, Rob?
Yes, so what we do is people get asked questions, we demonstrate it, we show it, we walk through the software, but we also explain the logic behind it. So what we're doing is we have superior software that does all of this for you, but the logic that we're explaining is what you should be doing on Amazon. It's how you should do a launch. It's just complicated at the levels and sophistication that we do it without machine learning.
Okay. Jack says, is the $2,000 spend per month for each product, or is that what we need for the entire account, Rob?
You'd want to have that for at least the total account. And then as you launch and grow products, you're naturally going to want to spend more because it's always like if you could spend $1 and get back $1.50, why would you not?
Yeah.
We have clients a lot of times that they miss that point. They say, well, no, I don't have enough money to do that. And I say, but you're getting back more than you're spending. And they still like, yeah, but I don't have enough money to do that. And then they say, yeah, but Amazon's taking the money out of your sales if you want them to. So as long as you're converting at a great rate, and that's what our software helps you do, you're making money every time you spend $1.
Rob, that's funny that you said that because I remember Sean and I going to these conferences way back when, maybe 2015, 2016, and we would say, we're doing 500,000 a month or whatever we were at the time. And people would ask us all these questions. They would be like, well, what is your PPC budget? And I was like, as much as I can spend on the profitable keywords.
Hey, Rob, I can see these orders are coming flying in here. I forgot to ask you. Let's see, like Michaela just joined us here. Welcome, Michaela. How is there a limit to how many of these are available? Because we still have like 60 people live here. Can we bring them all in, or is there a limit? I guess I should
No,
have asked that
there's
yesterday.
no limit. For today, we wanted to honor anybody that wants to come on board. And then if we need more staff, during the office hours, we'll just staff it more. But no, we were dedicated to this with you guys, and so anybody that wants this today, it's available.
Rob, AJ says, what kind of changes in ACOS are expected? So, Sean, you had a few examples there. I don't know if it makes sense to flip back or if, Rob, you just want to touch on it. But AJ is asking, like, what are the expectations here? We're going to lower ACOS and increase sales, I know, but any averages or case studies that we're talking about here?
Here's the best example that it may explain to the audience why we can make this bold statement and why Sean was able to make the statements that he did. With our software, we're just reversing the algebra. Our software in microseconds knows the conversion rate. So it's calculating in microseconds what the bid has to be to hit the ACOS you want. So you're just dialing in an ACOS and then it's working its magic to get to that ACOS. Whereas if you didn't do that, you'd literally just be bidding, guessing, changing, guessing. I mean, that's all everybody does with rule-based is, oh, if it's not this, then do that. But we're basically making it simple, easy. We put an ACOS target in there and then the machine does all the work. And it scours where it can get the best bids to make the algebra work, the math work, so that you get that ACOS. Now, there are times where you can't achieve a certain ACOS, but that's because maybe it's a lousy listing. And then okay, what do you got to tweak? What do you got to do? And that's where we guide through office hours. How do you get your conversion rate to be healthy enough to help the machine get the conversion in ACOS you want? So you can see changes in ACOS that are pretty dramatic because, again, we're doing things that you cannot do without machine learning.
Hey, one of the things I want to do real quick, Seth, in the chat box, I just want to do a quick poll. Who here is spending, if you're still with me here, if you're spending at least $2,000 per month on sponsored ads on Amazon or more, minimum of $2,000 per month. If you're spending that, just give me a 1 in the chat box here so we know who's here. So Octavio is doing more than $2,000 per month. Now, Rob, Did you already ask this question, Seth? Does the 2,000 month need to be for each product, or is that
It's
account
for the
wide?
entire account.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So Octavio, Michaela says I was spending that much about 6 months ago, but had to cut down because of low sales. Now it's 700 per month. So Michaela, if you have a microphone, just go ahead and say yes in the chat box. I'd like to mic you up and talk to you for a minute about that. Let's see. Used to spend 2,000 to 4,000 a month. Not currently doing private label, says Jesse. All right, Michaela, if you're shy, it's fine. But if you have a microphone, you're willing to talk here. You don't have to go on camera. I just want to hear you. Just give me a yes in the chat box, and we'll turn your mic on. Otherwise, I'll leave you alone.
So Rob, AJ here is talking about what changes in ACOS can be expected. So you're saying if he's running a 50% ACOS, you could literally just dial in the target ACOS of 30 or 25 or whatever it is, and as long as conversions are there, the AI will get him there, right?
Correct. And a lot of times you may have child variations. And let's say that we have what we call bad actors. And after we do a deep dive and we teach in office hours, how do you look at the array of your ASINs and keywords, you may find, wow, some ASINs just convert better. So you move those into a more advantageous position and you set your ACOS even lower. So you end up with an array of ACOS settings. Maybe some be at 20, some could be at 30. And this way it zeroes in to get the best optimized ACOS that you could possibly get.
Perfect. Rob, one of the things that it kind of reminds me of is, so I just got this Tesla last year, and it's incredible because when you take off, there's no wheel spin at all. And I started researching this. It's like, why can a car with so much power not have any loss of traction? And what I found out was the traditional gas-powered car, rules-based, can only adjust and cut power to the wheels when it starts to lose traction, maybe a couple hundred times a second. But with the electric version, it can be thousands of times a second. So it's like micro adjustments on the fly right now, no loss of traction. So it's very similar to what you're talking about. So it's like if you want the old school style that's kind of rough and crude and doesn't do a great job, then stick with rules based. But if you want something that can adjust and learn in real time and get all the traction that's available, that's kind of how I view it.
We got about 6 minutes here before a hard stop, Seth, so we can get through any questions you may have.
Yeah.
Or Rob, if there's something you want to elaborate on from the presentation or put the cherry on top when it comes to explaining this high-tech stuff, go ahead.
No, I think you did a great job. I think in general, one of the first AI players that came on the scene. The team's been working on this for several years. And our computer scientists and the development team, they actually came out of Google and Google development and did some pretty amazing things back then. And these guys were looking for their next hurrah. And that's when we all hulked up and we started to see, well, what can we do with Amazon? And we've taken this to just a totally another level. There's nothing that we can't do with the software. It's just doing things at warp speed. So we could really take, if for instance, somebody taught a new tactic that they discovered tomorrow, and someone said, hey, on Amazon, we're finding that doing this and this is a great tactic that makes a lot of money. You could easily do it with the software, but the machine's going to do it for you. And we teach how to program and how to set up very easily all the different tactics from launching to competitive sniping a competition, or again, starting from the low keywords, how to go after your high converting keywords. We have multiple layers and strategies. We're always teaching how to tweak it and make it better and better. But the beauty of the system is it's saving you money. And one of the greatest things it does, it eliminates waste. You humanly can't do what it does to eliminate waste and bad spend. And that's the biggest thing we see with most clients. Most players are not experts and they just waste too much money, massive waste. And one of the biggest things is where they run campaigns the way Amazon tells you to, which is good for Amazon, but it's not good for us as sellers. And you double spend and overspend a lot. And that's where we control the spend. And we actually save quite a bit of money on most accounts.
So, yeah, Rob, you're saying as the algorithm changes on Amazon and more opportunities become available as far as influencing the system, then you can make changes to the software on the fly and keep everyone up to speed?
It's not just changes to the system. It's pretty advanced, but it's changes in tactics. So we could have, we add tactics to go after competitors, how to snipe after them, how to dial in certain competitors, and things that you can do on Amazon if I taught you. But oh my God, it would eat up hours and hours and hours. You'd have to sit there all day watching all the data. we do things that once you learn how to do it, you set it and forget it, and the machine takes over. So yeah, changing tactics, upgrading algorithms, or any of the things that develop over time, we're on top of it, and then we devise tactics to take advantage of, for instance, day parting, which it can do. And one of the other unique things that we've just recently rolled out, which is really wild, is top of search. We have a radar system that watches spend on top of search. And when your organic search gets into the top 5, it tells the PPC to shut off, stop spending, because I already achieved organic ranking that I like. And if the organic ranking drops, the machine knows, uh-oh, we're dropping, I turn PPC back on. So we don't double spend and spend when you're getting good organic. The machine knows to pull back.
Too high tech for a redneck like me, but I love it. I like the results, man. Just show me the results. Just give me the winning lottery ticket.
It's all about saving money where you could save and cut costs, and make money where you could bet on your winners.
Yeah, well, that sounds like looking under the hood of Seth's Tesla. There's nothing there, but it sure is fast.
That's funny. All right, Sean. So I think we've handled all the questions. Let's see here.
Good deal. And
Octavio
Michaela
says
does
only
not.
$97. Yep, and there's a guarantee, Octavio.
Can't beat that with a stick. That's what they say over here in my neck of the woods. Hey, Rob, thanks again, buddy, for making this available for folks. We're going to send out a replay on this and do an email about it, and hopefully fill up your office hours. If you get to the point where you can't onboard anyone, let us know and we'll shut it off.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll see how we did today, and we'll keep you posted, guys.
All right. My name's Sean Hart, and on behalf of my partner in crime there, Seth Stevens and Post Purchase Pro, I want to say God bless you and thanks for hanging out with us today. Go out there and conquer your day, folks, and get more profit, not just sales. That's not what it's about, right? Thanks, Seth.
See you all next time.
See
Take
ya.
care, guys.